everyone, I'm Chad. Thanks for coming back to Record Wargaming. Today we have a match between Ryan and Jordan. Ryan brought his Orcs and Jordan brought the Ossiarch Bonereapers. But while you were here, if you could hit that subscribe button, it's over here in the corner somewhere, I'd appreciate that. And stick around to the end. The guys have a really nice sit and chat. They talk about things they could do differently in the game, critique themselves a little bit. Both the guys are a little rusty in 3.0, so it was kind of fun to watch the game. We'll see some handed dust. That's always fun to watch. And now, stick around for the show, folks. Here we go.
So, rolling for mission. We got a 2 and a 1. So, mission 2-1. Let's look what that is.
It's my bone tithe nexus.
And where do you set it?
Outside
right
3
there.
inches.
Yeah, it's about
And
outside
all this other
3.
stuff. And, yeah. Where is... Can you look at the placement of the objective markers?
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. Alright, for Defender. Oh, Jesus. Hey, let's go again.
Floor dice.
3, 6 on the floor if you want it.
No, it doesn't count if it's on the floor.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Roll again. Gonna beat a 3.
There we go. Got a 7.
Yeah, I know. Wrong dice.
4.
Okay. So what do you want?
How many drops are you?
So you're dropping first, Ryan?
Yeah, I drop first.
Okay.
And then it's 12 inches up from the sides?
Maybe. Alright, today we are playing Tectonic Interference. This is a scenario where there's 3 objectives down the middle, and they are all prime objectives, which means that they do not disappear. At the start of each battle round, before determining who has the first turn, we roll a d3, and the objective with a number is the alpha objective for that battle round, and the others are beta objectives for that battle round. And you get... Yeah, so you get 2 victory points if you control the alpha, and 1 victory point for each beta objective you control. And then you also get 2 points for battle tactics, and all the other standard GUR rules are going to apply, I'm assuming.
What page is that?
This is on page 32 of the battle plans in the General's Handbook.
Is there any secondaries or...
yeah, but
I mean, on there. Is there
no,
anything specific?
no, not specific to this scenario. Hi, my name is Jordan, and today I am playing the Boney Boys, and we have a pretty elite army. We've got a pack of 30 Mortec here, with Nagash leading them, and then on this flank we've got 10 Mortec, a Liege, and then a pack of 5 Cavalry. And then we are also taking the Spell Portal, of course. So that leaves us with about 40 points left over. Which means I think I get a triumph. I don't actually know how that works. Actually, I don't think the Ossiarchs do get triumphs.
And how many secondaries do you get? What do you get for secondaries?
Oh, my grand strategy is to keep Nagash alive, essentially. I'm taking the wizard one. Or I could take the monster one. Either one would work the same. Because he is my wizard and monster.
Monster.
Yeah. The Ossiarchs don't use command points. They use a separate resource that's worse. But I do get a lot of them. Okay, I get one more. Because I rolled a 6 there. I'm pretty sure I get them on 6s. Yep. So, then I will start with 5 Relentless Discipline points. And you'll start with 2 command points, because you get 1 because you're taking the first turn, and a second because your general is alive. Okay. Or because you have a general alive on the battlefield. Who's your general, by the way?
Not Gordrak.
So does Gordrak count as general? He might.
He has the... No code word says general.
Okay. So I'm also taking Petrifex Elite, which means that my stuff that's not Nagash can do some special things, like ignore Rend of 1, and, no, they don't ignore Rend of 1, they reduce Rend by 1. And my general has to take a command trait that gets him extra wounds, so he has 9 wounds, I believe, and he has Godbone armor, so he ignores the first damage he takes per per turn or per phase. One of those two. It's been a while since I played this army. Yeah, so Petrifex is not as dirty as it used to be, but ignoring one rend and having a command ability that gets me extra rend is nice. So, we're doing that.
Hey, I'm playing Orcs again, because it's all I know how to do. So, this is my second game of AOS 3.0, so let's see how that goes. So apparently there are things called battalions, and I have an Ironjaw's Fist one. The only unit in here that is not a part of that is this unit that has white shoulder pads. Right there, there, and there.
The battalions don't really matter, except that it just means
it
that
has like an extra thing that I can do.
it has a once per game ability that you
Yeah.
can assign to anyone except for that unit, essentially.
Correct. So I have that going for me. Other than that, I got my boy here is my general. He has the Boss Chopper and Riptooth Fist. You know, he has Armor of Gork, Hulking Brute, and Meanin. And then I got our boy Gordrak over here. Hiding behind them, I have a War Chanter and a Shaman. And guess what? The Shaman has the great big green handed Gork.
Ooh.
So that
Never
is
seen that before.
pretty much everything. Yeah, no, I have these 3 units of Gorgruntas, 2 of which that are inside that fist piece, and then I only have 3 units of Ardboys, 1, 2, and 3 over there. And that's it. I got 1,990 points. Do I win any prizes?
No, technically I think I get a triumph, but Ossiarchs might not. I'll have to look into it, and I'll forget to use it anyway, so
Right.
it probably doesn't matter.
So yeah, let's see. Last time I faced Nagash, when I knew how to kind of play this game, I got rocked. Bad. So...
Well, Nagash is a lot less... Well, he's a lot worse at...
what he's saying is he's lying and he's going to rock me. So let's find out. Ugh.
Oh, we'll see. It depends on if you can kill me first, before I kill you.
So here we go. Orcs, turn 1.
I'll try really hard.
I'm giving the orcs the first turn.
Because you don't think we're strong enough.
No, because I don't want to be doubled by orcs.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's a good choice. Good choice.
But I mean...
Good choice. So, that went alright. I used Voice of Gork from my Gordrak, and I was able to use the Mighty Destroyers command ability. Got these guys, Gordrak, and my other guy to move up and do a full movement. So I got right stuck in the boys into combat, you know.
You know, I know that you guys like move in and charge right away, but I didn't think you'd get quite as much in that fast.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
how it goes.
other than that, we have control of all 3 objectives, so we got all the points for that. What was the secondary thing?
It was a seized ground or something. It was like to take control of
yeah. Where is that in the book?
I'm currently looking up at the scenario right now.
So, basically I control 2 objectives in my first turn, which gives me the...
Savage Spearhead.
Yeah, that one.
Oh wait, no, that's not it. That's the one that's like...
It's like aggressive,
aggressive
expansion.
That's it, yep.
Yep, so I got aggressive expansion. When we got into combat, his little Mortec unit over here was dead before we got into combat. So I put everything into his hero, and he only took 2 wounds. At the end of the combat, I took 6 wounds total. I'm not fully bracketed yet over there. On this side, they killed one of my pigs before he got to hit anything. Unfortunately, there are still a lot of guard that are still there.
There's like 12 or something.
Well, I killed like 12 the first round, just from Gordrak himself. So the unfortunate thing is neither of my cabbages have strength from victory. We have only used 1 command point this turn. So, yeah. That's what we got.
Alright, so here we go. Bony Boys, turn 1.
Okay, so my first casting roll with Nagash is a miscast, which means I don't get to cast any spells with Nagash. So, not ideal. I have never before cast double 1s on his first spell roll. So, yeah.
Yay!
You're the lucky one. Yay! So that probably throws my entire game plan out the window, but it will be entertaining. I do get a 5-up to see, sorry, a 4-up because he's on, no, D3 mortals. It is 3, of course.
Yeah.
And I save one of them. So
Okay,
I'll take
perfect.
2 mortals.
First blood.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do, since you're not gonna be able to do anything, I'm just gonna do heroic leadership.
Well, you wouldn't be able to pick that now.
I can't.
All right, so on my response, I chose to kill the kill monster, I believe. Actually, yeah, give me a second. All right, so for my battle tactic, I picked kill the monster, and I was gonna make a portal and do a hand of dust, and then do a debuff over here, and then Nagash, in his infinite wisdom, for my first time ever using him, this has never happened to me before. On his first cast, he rolled a double 1, which is a miscast, so he couldn't cast any spells. Not ideal, but he can still do some other things, like he's AoE healing's nice for the Ossiarchs. And then he ran at Gordrak and Hail Married, and it worked. His new attack profiles are not bad. And I used Finest Hour, though I forgot about that. But he did enough damage to finish off Gordrak. And then the Mortek over here finished off these pigs. The other cabbage is currently being tied down by, well, the rest of the army. And he hits the general and deals some damage to him. But Nagash can heal friendly Ossiarch Bonereaper units. And that is a Ossiarch Bonereaper unit, so that's been fun. Anyways, that is that. So I think we're gonna move on.
Yeah, let's roll for turn.
Oh, well, first we have to see where the prime objective is moving. So yeah, I did get 4 points because I killed a monster, and I killed him with a monster, and that was the secondary, so I got 4 points for that, but I got no primaries at all.
I only got 2 for that one battle tactic that I picked, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna see where this ends up. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you want to roll?
You go ahead.
Over there.
Number 1 is done. This end.
That's actually not bad for you.
Not bad at all.
Okay.
Alright, now let's roll for turn.
Got a different one now.
I forgot that's a thing in this game, that double turning can be a deal.
That's why I gave you first.
Oh,
Well, you won the tie. No?
Nope.
I'm taking it.
Alright. Do your thing. Nagash!
Alright.
Bony boys, turn 2.
Alright. So we're going to use a Hand of Dust from Nagash through the spell portal onto Mr. Cabbage over here and try to kill him. Now how this works is, since I got the spell off, I put a die in one of my hands, and you pick a hand. If you pick the hand that the die is in, you are alive. If you pick the empty hand, he is dust.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright. Let me know when you got him
Yep.
set up. It's in your left hand.
I know. I put it out in front of me first for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that would be really mean.
I thought you were guessing already. It's still in your left hand.
He's dead.
Fuck!
All right.
Alright, he's dead.
And I killed a monster with a monster, so I get another point.
Just tip
from
him
that.
over, Ryan.
Ah, well he's pointy, so no.
And he's a monster, so I get a. Wait, let's see.
That you didn't pick that secondary.
Yeah, I did slay the
Oh,
warlord.
you did slay the warlord.
I did slay the warlord, but because he's a monster, you get a point if you kill a monster on top. And because I did a monster, I did this with a monster,
You get
I get another
points.
point, so I get 4 points from that.
Okay.
That's really good for me. Frees up the rest of my army to do what they want this turn.
Yeah, because I know they can move.
And I have 6 more spells. Yeah, so that was a good double turn for me. Yeah, so I Hand of Dusted him, which freed up my forces on this flank, and I just pushed them forward. I killed most of what's on here, but I did need Nagash counting for 5 to take this point. That does mean that I'm unable to actually take this point, which is still held by the orcs. But I did move up the Mortek over here, so I have that point as well. Yeah, so pretty good turn for me overall. I lost a horse, so yeah. This game really turned around on the last two.
So who ended up killing who here out of this pile of things?
Nagash went into these guys and shot them full of arcane bolts. And I guess we didn't even roll for the last pick. He had like 2 wounds left.
Yeah, no. Against Nagash, there was no point.
Nagash couldn't hit anything else anyways. These guys did pretty well at killing a number of Ardboys, as did the Liege killing a number of Ardboys over here. Or at least a couple of them.
Yeah, he killed 2, these guys killed 3.
Yeah, so...
And then these guys moved up.
Yep.
And got...
Yeah, you charge with your command ability, or battle tactic?
I use
no, not tactic.
Iron Sun's ability.
Oh, your battalion ability.
Yeah,
okay,
so
sweet.
that's at the end of the charge phase, I can attempt to charge, so they charged in to try and make him have to fight for that point.
Alright.
Which he did.
Yeah. But, okay, so...
So here we go, Ironjaw's turn 2.
Did not go well. We knew that as soon as the 2 cabbages died, we knew that we were done with this game. But yeah, we lost all our Ardboys. We teleported our War Chanter over there. He failed his charge.
He did buff up the Gorgrunts.
He did buff up the Gorgrunts, gave him an extra 2 damage, and they only killed 7 of those guys.
Rerolling saves is...
yeah, rerolling saves, command abilities, redonkulous. So yeah, at the end of it, I controlled nothing. I didn't control any of the objectives, so we're going to call it, because no cabbages left. And I'll just be like that guy from the Avatar Last Airbender. My cabbages!
Alright.
Alright, well, good game.
Yeah, good game.
Even though we all knew that I was going to lose to Nagash.
I mean, it was not guaranteed. He doesn't have any wards, right? Yeah.
No, he doesn't. It's so shit. But I get it. But I feel like I should never run Gordrak. But then he
does damage, but he's really overpriced.
How many wounds does that Nagash have?
I think 16. He's got a 3 up, and
it'd be hard.
A 6 up.
Feel
no pain. 4 up against mortals.
Well, I don't do anything like mortals.
Right.
No,
he reflects them back at you on a 6.
Yeah, okay, yeah. No, that's not good.
I mean, he doesn't have any... Well, in this army, he doesn't have any extra healing. I don't think. Yeah. Though he can heal all the OBR guys really well.
What the hell's up with that?
Crap.
Your general is like, he has 3 wounds. Oh, I'm just going to pick up this dice here. You did that twice.
Uh-huh. Oh, he only had 2 the first time. But
well, whatever. Okay. I can heal up to 3.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean...
That's what I get for sending my general at it.
If I missed anything, this is my first time playing this in 3rd, and half the book is FAQs. But I'm I read through them earlier, and most of it's Nagash's War Scroll is brand new.
Yeah.
But most of it's makes sense. The things that makes OBR a bit tricky is the lack of having access to the normal command abilities. But they do get a good amount of Relentless Discipline points, and they do have some decent ones of their own. I don't think they're as good, generally, as the basic ones, +1 to save, +1 to hit. Yeah. But except for, of course, the re-rolling saves, which is excellent for them. Yeah. But you shut that down the first turn.
Oh yeah, you do the roar the first turn.
Which I mean, you got them pretty low, and then I healed more. Yeah, I brought them back. But you did wipe one of the units of Mortek right away.
Yeah, that was nice, but my general still sucked.
Though he probably maybe should have attacked the cavalry instead of the hero. Though it's a tricky thing
right
because
away,
if you can kill the hero, then it knocks out most of my relentless discipline because he gets me 2 per turn or per battle round, but because he's the liege. So if you can kill him, that's great. He is very tanky, as you noticed.
So what I screwed up actually. The way I went about it, because I screwed up the extra bonuses that from Meanin and hulking or whatever when we originally set it up. So what I really should have done is set it up so that I only hit your guard.
Right.
Round 1, like or first charge, hit the guard.
Right. Then wipe them, and then you
wipe
can do
them
what you
because
want.
that's what I did.
Right.
I wiped them completely. Technically.
Yeah.
Even though we had figured it out later off the camera.
Wait, no, but you wiped them out on the charge. Would that trigger
I wiped them
your
on
prop?
the charge, and I would have been able to destructing bulk your guy.
But destructing bulk,
does
that work in the charge phase or is it only in combat phase?
In the charge phase. So I killed them in the charge phase.
Okay.
So I charged them, I killed them, but I had already placed too close to your guy.
Sure.
So if I was outside of 3 of your guy, boom, I get to charge.
And then then you were just stuck in with
and
the
then I would have had
here.
a little bit more damage done to him. Right, it would be straight mortals.
Yeah.
Right, which you do have a 5-up save against.
Right.
That's fair. So let's say I do 2 mortals, and I did 2 damage. You heal 3, you're at 1. Then I do another 3.
Yeah.
You know,
essentially,
a little bit different.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot in the Ossiarch's army because Nagash has so many points. But sort of the plan was, we got tar pits, and then Nagash will run in and clean up, and that worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well. I don't think this list is going to be great. Yeah, it worked.
Nagash, his war scroll, I think he's worse. He's worse in Soulblight now than he used to be, probably, definitely. Because his ability to buff the army is nowhere near where it used to be. But these guys can proc enough buffs on their own that it was okay. And Nagash just running in and being a beatstick. And his magic is excellent. And I whiffed it the first one. But the second one, I got the Hand of Dust off, which is the big one. So,
that's the big
so
that's
it evened out in the end.
That's where it evened out.
Yeah.
So we already know that your MVP is your boy, Nagash. But who would be the worst? The unit you think that did the worst?
In my army? Everything sort of did what it was supposed to be honest.
I thought your cavalry would have hit a little harder, honestly. Or actually, no, I think your general should have hit a little harder.
The general is a tank more than anything. He does he does chip damage. The cavalry... You're right, the cavalry doesn't hit that hard, but they're also not that easy to kill for their point cost.
Right.
And they move faster than most of the rest of the stuff in the army.
So, to avoid what you had happen the first turn with that, I would have potentially rearranged how you did your Mortec guard and stuff. I would have maybe castled it a little bit differently so that you have a way out with your horses on the left.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, I always have trouble deploying cavalry.
I think where the position you picked is fine, but
to be honest, I think it worked out because the Mortec guard in front, I figured would probably die, and they did.
I think you just need to be less scared of your horses dying, because they did really well.
That's true, but if you focus them, they could have gone down. They're a 4-up, which is worse.
4 and a 6,
Right, which isn't bad for their point cost, and they're 3 wins each, so that's 15 wins each shoot through. But they're not that durable. They're not as durable as the block of 30 Mortec.
No, that's fair.
And they're not as durable as the general or
Do you get bonuses for having the blocks of 10s?
No.
Okay, so why did you take a 30 and a 10 instead of 2 20s?
Because...
Asking the hard questions.
Yeah, to be honest, I figured I wanted a block of 30 just because I wanted something that would probably not die. And I suppose it worked.
So...
If they were 20, you probably would have gotten pretty close to killing them. Or you might have killed them, actually.
So how much... Do you have other heroes other than the guy that was the tank?
Yeah.
That dude. Is there
in other
hero that
Ossiarch lists?
Sub in give yourself more of the other guys. So
More tech?
More tech.
Oh, of
Give
course.
yourself
Well, I
another
take
10.
Nagash out. That's what you do.
No. I'm saying like, in this list specifically, instead
sure.
of having that tank guy, is there another hero that could give you the points cost to add another 10 more tech
No,
cards?
because the tank abilities I have to take with the sub-faction is pretty much only going to be useful on him, really. And I guess I could take another sub-faction, but I prefer this one. Yeah. And furthermore, I need the extra Relentless Discipline point each turn that he gives me.
Gotcha.
I could take like a Bone Shaper, but he's a spellcaster. I have Nagash, who knows all the spells in the Ossiarch lore anyways, and he has a +3. If I really want spells off from that lore, I'm going to cast them from Nagash anyways. Yeah. The Bone Shaper does heal more models, so I could stack the healing, his healing, and Nagash's healing, which is nice. But the points just aren't there.
Or just get rid of your horses and have 2 stacks of 30, put those guys in the middle, and just
I need 3 battle line.
Forward. Okay.
Yeah, and the horses are battle line, so
that's fair. Maybe 2 units of 10 instead of 1 unit of 10. You just surround your guy, and then you just walk forward, and he just heals.
Sure, but then you start blasting through the 10s anyways, and once you kill them. Like, you can, I mean, most armies that have hammers, especially Ironjawz, you hit those 10, they were gone.
They're gone.
But the 30 stuck around better than I anticipated, to be honest. Like, I knew historically Ossiarchs are fairly tanky, but I haven't played them, I don't think, since they lost the +1 to save. But honestly, having the Rend defense, especially against an army like Ironjawz, it's great.
The Rend is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you got -1 Rend. What you mean is 0. Okay. Sure. I just start telling you is no Rend because you...
Yeah.
The only thing that did 2 Rend is the tails off the cabbages. That's it.
Yeah.
So...
so that's a really good ability. It's almost always going to be good these days, considering how the meta is, probably. Unless you're up against a ton of mortals, in which case Ossiarchs are going to fare pretty badly most of the time, to be honest. Nagash does okay against mortals, but like those will still chip into him eventually.
See, I need to go back to 40k.
Yeah.
Only play 40k. Because, like, the bleeding over damage rule helped here and there, but, like, that's like a set rule in 40k that doesn't happen.
Right.
You know, so then you can plan for that.
Sure.
A little bit better than, the damage just overflows and goes to everybody. You know,
Sure. I like it because it makes your big bad units feel like they're really like sweeping across the battlefield and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
I think it feels cooler. But that's me, and I know in 40k it's less of a big deal since there's tanks and stuff to shoot at that you want to use big guns on anyways.
Well, this game would honestly last forever if it didn't do that, because you're not shooting and then combat.
Well, yeah, if you had more shooting, I get it.
I mean, some armies have a lot of shooting. Not the ones we're playing.
Overlords.
KO, Lumineth these days often brings a ton of shooting.
They have like some really crazy stuff.
I played against a Techless Castle build. It was not fun. Actually, it was a fun game, but it was not much of a game.
Heat Knights of Slanesh have a lot of shooting sometimes.
Well,
so,
I mean, it's not efficient.
Blizzbarb Archers.
They're like decent, but they're not super efficient. But like I think people can finesse them to make them work.
I think I played against one list with Idna that has archers or shooting.
Those are starting to get popular.
Eels
are great.
No matter what.
No, eels are still great, but now I do see people starting to bring the archers, which is good because we got more variety.
Yeah.
Alright, do you want to play them?
No, I'm not a big fan of it. Oh, I like the turtle. The turtle's cool, and I like the big guy with the wave. But their infantry, their eels are okay, but
plenty archers. There's plenty of eels in there.
The answer is
no.
No, he's like, I said, oh, do you have, your whole army? Yeah, 3 armies in one bag. And you're like, fuck.
Well, that's just
he's got enough armies to play.
No, I wouldn't buy Ideneth. I don't, like ever, probably. Unless they came out with a unit that I really liked. But to be honest, I already have an elf army that I'm not that's painting that I should be.
The Lumineth.
Yeah. They're just going to be sitting around because I just got back into death and
I just picked up the Lumineth from Jesse.
yeah.
So
They're
it's like
sitting there
half-painted.
with my KO who are primed in silver. Anytime I get into an order army, I'm like, these guys are cool, but then I never finish painting them. Where's the death guys? I'll paint.
I'll paint them all.
Except for
It's just the
zombies.
feeling. It's a vibe.
I just like painting the death armies more. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's just me. And and I like playing them more generally as well.
So for me, Gorgrunches sucked. Gorgrunches got worse. On their charge, they got a lot worse. They used to have this thing where if you charged in, not only
Yeah.
would you do the mortal wound
Sure.
to them, but they also would increase the ability of the Jagged Gorhaga to basically give them +1 to wound and rend. Or,
Okay.
+1 to hit and wound. Mm-hmm. So you're getting 2s and 2s. Well, no wonder they got knocked down because people running packs of 6, and just like screwing up everything. But
I mean,
those were the worst.
I think they're still good. And if you buff up anything with the War Chanta, I mean, you only use his buff that one turn.
Yeah. Had to get him into combat.
Yeah.
And then you came over, and then I'm like, oh,
Right.
I could either go to the guys that are definitely dying this turn,
Right.
or go over here. Like, I'll go over here.
Right. No, that's fair.
And then I gave him the 3 because of the order in which it happens. I gave what do you call it? The Gorgrunches the +1 damage ability because they were successful in their charge.
I mean, to be honest, +1 damage on them is really good. It's just that the Mortok were re-rolling saves.
Yeah, exactly.
And there were enough of them that it was fine for me.
But the thing with the War Chanter is, like, I gave him 3d6 and then he still failed the charge.
I think I remember
3d6 and he hit an 8 when you're outside of 9. Like, all right.
I think I remember when I played Ossiarch at an event, and I probably had dropped a game or two, and then I ended up against this Chaos player who
Is this the one at the source that you played?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, this one was
one
one of the
the
Renegade.
Chaos guy.
No, it was a really fun game, but he charged in at me with like some Chaos Knights, and they weren't really buffed up or anything, but they were just had their charge bonus. He just bounced off the Mortek. Chaos Knights can do more now. I think they can be buffed up more, but. I remember at the time he like threw stuff at my like Mortek walls and they just bounced. And he killed like a few models, and he was a bit aggravated, which is fair. I mean,
oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Like you killed more here.
Yeah, I think I've always since we played in that one tournament at the Source, Comics and Games in Roseville, Minnesota. Go check
good
them
store. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Yes, come on. Anyway, I remember going in there and seeing the guard models. I'm like, man, when we played that game. Oh, that's my phone. Anyway, we played that game and I just saw how well Steven and I think you played them in that game. Guck specifically.
Yeah, he was playing them.
He was playing.
He knows the army a lot better than I do.
Oh yeah, and we all got to like top 4 or whatever because I got a bye with Wally in the first round. But I saw those models. I'm like, man, these are great. And then come to find out, you couldn't get them at the time.
Oh right, yeah, they were hard to find.
They were like.
I think Steve and I bought them all.
just to like get a little bit of that like punch in there when the Grey Knights book came out, I went to the source and I bought what they had.
I mean, sometimes it's tricky because for the Soul Blight release, especially recently with all the supply chain issues GW's had. I pre-ordered a bunch of stuff for Soul Blight and I got like half of it, and the other half they just didn't have enough.
Oh.
And I pre-ordered it through the source. So I mean, and that was an issue all over the place. It wasn't just like that store or anything.
Yeah, supply chain is not fun now for anything.
I think it's getting better, but like when Soul Blight came out, it was it was a thing.
So my industry.
Yeah.
We install cranes on trucks. We ordered a crane last month.
Oh man.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a 12-month lead time. It used to be like 3, maybe, sometimes 2, but now it's 12 months for actually nearly everything that we order now. It's ridiculous. Anything with steel or anything like that, or any components, nobody has any idea.
Yeah.
So, well, anyway, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
It was fun. I knew what was going to happen.
I did not.
I scared you, and then you killed me. I'm like the guy who
I was so worried because you didn't have I was tankier than I thought I would be the first turn, but you still did quite a bit of damage to my things.
Oh yeah.
And then I miscast with Nagash on the beginning, and I'm like, oh no, I'm screwed.
Yep.
And then I ran at you, and it worked.
I mean, you double turned, and I was like.
Though even if I had a double turn, it would have been a closer game. But I think it would have just Nagash killing Gordrak there is what really clinched it.
I think. I feel like this game started with that one Vine where the guy comes out of the Vine old school thing.
It's I think TikTok is what they use now.
TikTok is what the communists use now. Yes. Anyway, he pops out of the trash can.
Yeah.
Whoa! And the other guy turns around. I feel like that's what I did. I was like, ha! Bam!
Nagash hand of dust.
Yeah, hand of dust.
Oh.
So, anyway,
yeah,
it was a good game.
yeah.
So thanks for coming to the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Like and subscribe. Join the Horde. All that fun stuff. So you don't end up like a dead thing on the table.
Was that a threat? Did you threaten
It was
the
not
audience?
a threat. It was a promise.
All right.